What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Conor has responded after Alexander Volkanovski shared his thoughts about the potential White House UFC event and whether Conor should headline the card. Volk discussed the situation on his YouTube channel and explained that if Conor appears on the event but is not fighting for a title, it creates an interesting debate about the main event spot. Volk said that normally title fights headline cards, but this particular event could be different because of how massive it would be. According to him, it is not a regular pay-per-view, but a special White House event, which means some of the usual rules might not apply. He mentioned that the UFC could still choose a championship fight to headline even if Conor is on the card. Volk also talked about possible matchups that could end up as the main event. He suggested that fighters like Justin Gaethje could be part of a big headline fight if Conor is not placed in that position. There have also been rumors about huge fights, such as Alex Pereira potentially moving up to heavyweight. Volk pointed out that Pereira himself has hinted at the idea, even stepping on the scale and showing a heavier weight, which sparked more discussion among fans. After Volk's comments started circulating online, Conor quickly reacted on X. He reposted the clip of Volk speaking and responded with a short but playful message, writing, "Thanks, little bro." And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, a new welterweight matchup is being targeted for the UFC's upcoming event in Perth, Australia. Reports suggest that Carlos Prates is expected to face JDM at the May 2nd card, setting up an exciting clash between two dangerous contenders in the division. The news comes just days after Prates shut down rumors about a potential fight with Conor. While those talks created a lot of buzz online, it now appears the UFC is moving in a much more realistic direction with this matchup against JDM. Prates enters the fight with serious momentum. He is coming off a massive statement victory over Leon Edwards at UFC 322, a win that significantly boosted his position in the welterweight rankings. That performance showed just how dangerous Prates can be against elite competition. On the other side, JDM will be looking to bounce back in a big way when he returns to the octagon. This will be his first appearance since UFC 322, where he lost the welterweight title to Islam Makachev by unanimous decision. That defeat was a major moment in his career, as it snapped an incredible 18-fight winning streak. Now, JDM aims to reset his run in the division with a strong performance against Prates in Perth. Moving on to another news, Ariel Helwani recently reported that the UFC has been working on a massive fight involving Alex Pereira and Jon Jones for the potential White House card. According to the report, the promotion has discussed the possibility of booking Alex against Jon in what would be one of the biggest fights imaginable. However, there is also a backup plan being considered if that matchup cannot be finalized. The alternative scenario involves Alex Pereira facing Cyril Gane for the interim or possibly vacant heavyweight title. This option would still deliver a huge fight for the event while keeping the heavyweight division moving forward. Ariel explained that Alex is no longer the light heavyweight champion, which opens the door for him to move up and chase history in another division. Helwani stated that there have definitely been discussions about Alex fighting Jon on the White House card. At the same time, he noted that there does not appear to be a strong wave of momentum pushing the fight toward completion just yet. Still, the idea is very much alive, and negotiations have taken place behind the scenes. From Alex's perspective, the opportunity is enormous. Becoming a 3-division champion would already be historic, but defeating Jon would be even bigger. Jon has never been beaten inside the octagon, so being the first man to do it would instantly cement a legacy. That challenge is something Alex reportedly wants very badly. If the Jon fight cannot be finalized, the plan of Alex versus Cyril Gane for interim or undisputed heavyweight gold would still create major stakes. Winning that belt could eventually lead Alex toward a showdown with Tom Aspinall when he returns, setting up another blockbuster fight in the heavyweight division. Ariel also mentioned that it currently looks unlikely that Conor will appear on the White House card. Instead, there is a stronger possibility that Conor could compete during International Fight Week. The UFC already has an event scheduled for July 11th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and that card appears to be a more realistic destination for his return. Meanwhile, Jon himself confirmed that talks are happening. He revealed that he is currently negotiating with the UFC about fighting on the White House card and said he would be extremely proud to represent his country on such a historic stage. Moving on to another news. Kamaru Usman is once again making it clear that he wants a massive showdown with Islam Makachev. The former welterweight champion recently doubled down on his desire for the fight during a new new episode of the Pound for Pound podcast alongside Henry Cejudo, explaining why he believes this matchup is the biggest fight the division can make right now. Usman spoke with a lot of confidence about the possibility of the fight happening, even suggesting that both he and Islam want the same thing. According to him, the only step left is for the UFC to officially put the fight together. Usman believes that if the promotion is looking for the most meaningful and exciting matchup at welterweight, then Islam versus Usman is the obvious choice. He also talked about the stage where this fight could take place. With the rumors surrounding a historic UFC event potentially happening at the White House, Usman believes that would be the perfect setting for such a massive clash. In his view, a fight between himself and Islam would bring huge attention and deliver one of the biggest moments the sport could offer. Now, at 38 years old, Usman is still determined to prove he belongs at the top. He is coming off a solid victory over Joaquin Buckley, a performance that helped him regain some momentum after a difficult stretch earlier in his career. Despite those setbacks, Usman pointed to his resume as proof that he remains one of the most accomplished fighters in the division. As a former champion with multiple title defenses at 170 pounds, Usman believes his legacy and experience make this fight incredibly compelling. He described it as a battle between the current pound-for-pound king and a fighter who once dominated the division for years. Usman also made sure to show respect to the rising contenders in the welterweight division. He acknowledged the recent performances of fighters like Michael Morales and Carlos Prates, praising the work they have been putting in. However, he emphasized that while those fighters are building their names, the biggest fight available right now still involves him and Islam. During the discussion, Henry Cejudo also weighed in on the current state of the division. He brought up the controversy surrounding Michael Morales and a previous record update that removed a loss from his record. According to Cejudo, the defeat should still count because footage clearly showed Morales getting submitted in that fight. Despite that side discussion, Usman remained focused on his vision for the future. He said he is manifesting a huge year ahead and believes 2026 could be a special chapter in his career. With renewed motivation and confidence, he continues pushing for the showdown with Islam, hoping the promotion will eventually make the fight a reality. Moving on to another news. Khamzat has stirred up plenty of discussion after publicly calling out Colby Covington for a grappling match. The challenge came shortly after Khamzat watched his teammate Arman compete, which seemed to inspire him to throw out a direct challenge online. Khamzat took to X and tagged Colby directly, calling him a clown and suggesting they settle things on the mat in real American freestyle wrestling. The post quickly caught the attention of fans, as the two fighters have exchanged words before, and a grappling showdown between them would certainly generate a lot of buzz in the MMA community. At the same time, Khamzat also addressed speculation about his recent inactivity. Since winning the middleweight belt, some fans have wondered if an injury might be keeping him out of action. Khamzat quickly shut down those rumors and made it clear that he is healthy and simply waiting for his next opponent. According to Khamzat, the fight he wants is against Strickland. He has been very open about targeting Strickland next and believes that matchup makes the most sense for the division right now. The call-out gained even more attention after Khamzat's dominant TKO victory over Anthony Hernandez at UFC Houston, a performance that further strengthened his position as champion. After that win, Khamzat immediately called for the Strickland fight, making it clear that he is ready to defend his title. Meanwhile, Dana White also addressed the situation during the UFC Houston post-fight press conference. Dana explained that he would prefer to see Khamzat defend his middleweight belt before attempting to chase fights in other divisions. According to him, champions should first take care of business in their own weight class, especially when there are clear contenders waiting for their opportunity. The middleweight title picture remains very interesting at the moment. Some contenders have expressed frustration over the lack of a title defense so far, and Strickland continues to push hard for his chance at the belt. From the UFC's perspective, the focus appears to be keeping Khamzat active at 185 pounds before exploring any potential super fights. This exact situation was also discussed by Paul Felder during a recent podcast appearance. Felder admitted that if a massive fight involving Khamzat were to happen, he actually likes Khamzat's chances in many matchups. However, he also emphasized that champions constantly jumping between divisions can create problems. Felder explained that if Khamzat had already defended his belt 2 or 3 times, then moving up for a huge fight would make much more sense. In that case, he would fully support the idea. But when there are obvious contenders waiting in line, he believes those fighters deserve their opportunity first. He also talked about the possibility of Khamzat moving up to 205 pounds for a massive fight against Alex Pereira. According to Felder, if the UFC ever allowed that scenario, it would likely come with a clear condition. No matter what happened in that fight, Khamzat's very next bout would need to be a middleweight title defense, potentially against Imavov, ensuring the division continues to move forward properly. Moving on to another news, Arman just sparked a massive brawl following his RAF 6 wrestling match against Giorgio Polis in Arizona. The number 2 ranked UFC lightweight contender secured the victory, but tensions boiled over immediately after the bout. Once time expired, Arman shoved Polis to the mat, got on top, and unloaded punches and a knee, igniting chaos as more than a dozen people rushed in, either trying to break it up or join the fray. The match itself had already been chippy, with slaps and rough exchanges throughout, which added fuel to the fire. Polis later commented on the incident, claiming that Arman's takedown was merely a push-out and that his points were largely the result of penalties. He also explained that his brother and 62-year-old father had to intervene to protect him from Arman and his team, emphasizing how outnumbered they were during the chaotic post-fight scene. Dana White quickly reacted to the incident on Instagram, leaving a pointed comment under a post about the brawl. White wrote, "This guy can't be serious," signaling his frustration with Arman's actions. This episode adds to Arman's growing history of post-fight incidents and could potentially affect his standing in the division, especially as he continues pushing for a lightweight title shot following recent grappling side quests. The footage of the brawl has gone viral, sparking widespread debate among fans about whether Arman's temper cost him or if Polis provoked the altercation. After the fight, Polis addressed his supporters with a message on social media. He thanked his fans for their support and expressed hope that they enjoyed the match. Despite the chaos that followed, Polis described how his 62-year-old father and brothers came to his defense, running into the fray to fight alongside him against Arman and his team, who heavily outnumbered them. Polis emphasized that defending each other is how they were raised. He also addressed Arman directly, calling him a little corn, while pointing out that he himself secured the only official takedown during the match. Polis highlighted that Arman only earned a push-out and a few penalty points, concluding confidently, "I'm still the champ, baby." The incident has created a major stir in the MMA community, further intensifying the spotlight on Arman as he works toward future opportunities in the UFC lightweight division. Moving on to another news, Daniel Cormier has shared his thoughts on Alex Pereira's move to the heavyweight division, and he is hoping to see a massive fight against Jon Jones next. Recently, Dana White confirmed that Pereira is officially vacating his light heavyweight title in order to move up to heavyweight, something the Brazilian star had been hinting at for quite some time. Once the news broke, fans immediately began speculating about who Pereira could face in his first fight at heavyweight. 2 names quickly stood out as the most realistic options: Jon Jones and Ciryl Gane. Both fights would be huge for the division, but Cormier believes there is one matchup that clearly stands above the rest. Speaking in a recent video on his YouTube channel, Cormier explained that the fight he truly hopes to see is Jones versus Pereira. According to him, that is the dream scenario for fans, and one of the biggest fights the UFC could possibly make right now. At the same time, Cormier admitted that he is trying to stay realistic about the situation. While he hopes the UFC books Jones against Pereira, he also understands that things in the sport can change quickly. If the Jones fight does not happen, Cormier believes the only other logical opponent would be Ciryl Gane. In his view, there are not many other fighters who make sense for Pereira's debut at heavyweight. Gane is already a top contender in the division and has the kind of profile that could headline a major event against someone like Pereira. Cormier also pointed out another important detail that caught his attention. Reports suggest that Pereira is now weighing around 245 pounds, which shows just how serious he is about competing in the heavyweight division. For Cormier, the most telling sign is the decision to vacate the light heavyweight belt. He believes a fighter would only give up a championship if something enormous was waiting on the other side. Because of that, Cormier is convinced that Pereira's move likely means the UFC is preparing a fight for the undisputed heavyweight title. Moving on to another news, Ian Machado Garry has taken a shot at Islam Makhachev while teasing a potential UFC title fight. Makachev captured the welterweight belt with a dominant decision victory over JDM at UFC 322 this past November. Since then, fans have speculated on who would face him in his first title defense in 2026, with Garry and Michael Morales emerging as the primary contenders. Recently, Machado Garry posted on social media, signaling that he is ready for the fight while taking a subtle jab at Makachev. On Instagram, Garry wrote, "I'm ready. He needs more time." Imagine being the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet and needing more time. The post quickly caught the attention of fans, highlighting Garry's confidence and eagerness to challenge for the belt. Garry, 28, holds a 10-1 record in the UFC and is currently on a 2-fight winning streak. His only loss came in a short notice, competitive bout against Shavkat Rakhmonov at UFC 310 in December 2024. Since that setback, he has rebounded with unanimous decision victories over Carlos Prates and former champion Belal Muhammad, reinforcing his position as one of the top contenders in the division. In response, Makhachev's manager weighed in on X, clarifying the situation. He stated that the UFC is working on a massive fight for Islam Makhachev and that Ian Machado Garry is not involved. According to the manager, the matchup is much bigger and ranks among the biggest fights the UFC can make right now. Fans are advised to stay tuned, as details for Makhachev's first title defense are expected to be revealed soon, keeping the division's championship landscape exciting and highly anticipated. With Machado Garry waiting in the wings and Makhachev's team hinting at a blockbuster showdown, the welterweight division continues to build anticipation for a high-stakes 2026, promising intense competition and headline-making bouts for fight fans around the world.